Hey, my lovelies, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out to click on the daily vibration. So if you are tuning in via Instagram, welcome. If you're tuning in via Facebook, YouTube, or my podcast, I want to welcome each and every one of you for taking the time out to tap into the daily vibration today. So y'all know how we do if you're returning, okay? So today is Monday, January 4th, 2020. So I want to welcome each and every one of you, okay? If you are new, my love, to the daily vibrations, okay? Let me just start off by telling you guys, this is my first daily vibration for 2021. So I think I just need to break down the year for you just a little bit, okay? So first of all, you need to know that 2021 is vibrating on the number 5. So this is going to be a year of change. Now, what you need to know is on a metaphysical level, what you need to know about the number 5 is the number 5 is the center of the soul. So we're talking about the feeling plane, all right? Remember we talked about mental and emotional chess, right? I told y'all this year is going to be a game of mastering your emotions, right? And your mental capacities. Okay, so your mental health is going to be on point this year because that's the name of the game. Whoever controls you emotionally and mentally controls what you do, controls what you think, control how you feel, control how you move, control what you buy, right? So you're going to have to learn how to master your emotions as well as your mind as you are moving throughout this energy this year, okay? Now, I also want you to know that, right? This energy, right, is in the absolute center of your birth chart, okay? This energy is also the spiritual number that represents love and freedom of expression, okay? So, with that being said, y'all need to know that's a year that we're vibrating on today. We are vibrating on the year of the number 5, and we're vibrating on the energy of the center of the soul, right? And it's not by coincidence that this energy is also at the center of your birth chart, right? So when we think about that, like that's the center of you, of who you are, right? So if you were tapping in just to the vibration of the number 5, the year number 5, the year number 5, okay, and this is going off of the Gregorian calendar, just so y'all know, and that's the calendar we are operating within in this matrix system. So be mindful, okay, that this year is representing love, freedom, okay, and expression of that, right? So your love, your freedom, and the expression thereof. Now, so you're gonna have to be mindful of whether or not you are applying self-love, okay, and whether or not you are free from the things that you think you are, aka your trauma, your disappointments, your insecurities, okay, and the past pain that you may be repeating, okay. Now, can I just tell y'all something? Because y'all know we be real up on here, right? Y'all know we be real. So I do have to say, Gargamel and I got into it yesterday. All right. And I do have to say also it was kind of therapeutic because I think that needed to happen. Like it was kind of bubbling over. Okay. And if you are new to the channel, let me just explain to you exactly the energy that Gargamel represents. Okay. So Gargamel are the people in your life that always find your light and try to stomp your light out. Okay. So this is the people that always got something to say every time you come into their presence, or they find you and come into your presence with always a negative vibration, okay? So if you can think about it, you know when we was watching the Smurfs when we were younger, and how Gargamel used to go looking for the blue Smurfs, right? And then try to stomp their village out. So you can think about someone in your life that represents that type of energy, right? They always come find you to stomp your shit out, okay? Then you have the hazels, my love, okay? And the hazels are the ones that they don't come looking for you, right? But whenever you're in their presence, they will never have nothing good to say, okay? And sometimes, just so you know, depending on jealousy and somebody's level of maturity, someone can graduate from a hazel to a full-fledged Gargamel, okay? Now, with that being said, right, let's tap into the vibration. So y'all know we vibrating on the year of the number 5 based on the Gregorian calendar, okay? Y'all need to also know that today is Monday, all right? And Monday is vibrating on the number 9. So the word Monday, the actual day Monday, is vibrating on the number 9, okay? Now, I don't want to get y'all too mixed up with too much numbers, but you do need to know that the number 9 is actually a really powerful number, okay? So this is, the number 9 is being able to connect, I want to say these three aspects. Okay, so we're talking about the Holy Trinity of manifestation here, right? The physical aspect, the thinking aspect, as well as the spiritual aspect. Okay, so how the number 9 represents the threefold of manifestation. So we're talking about the action on more of the mind. Okay, so this is the mind representing ambition on the physical plane, the responsibility of you being able to think, okay, and manifest from a place of the mental plane, thinking things into expression, and then from the place of the idealism, right, which is more of the spiritual aspect of things. This is an aspect where you're combining all three of these attributes and infusing spirit with it, so you can press it out into the third dimensional realm. Hopefully that wasn't too wordy. I'm hoping that wasn't too wordy. Y'all need to let me know if that was too wordy. But anyway, okay. So these are how these numbers are playing out on a metaphysical realm on a daily basis. So the universe is really made up of codes, numbers, right? And if you can understand the makeup and the vibration of these numbers and some of the frequencies in which they tap into, you can then create worlds. All right, you can then create states of being, even when your outer world may not, represent that at the moment. You can literally create worlds and be able to jump and change states at any time. Okay, now because you can't be happy and sad at the same time. You're gonna have to choose. Okay, you can't be happy and sad at the same time. You will have to choose which particular state of being, or aka emotion, you're gonna be sitting in at any given moment. Okay, all right, so today's Monday, like I said, and Monday's vibrating on the number 9. Okay, you also need to know Monday is ruled by the moon. Okay, keeping in mind also, y'all, the moon rules your emotions. So we're talking about just already the day is full-fledged in the moon energy. I didn't even look up the aspect of the moon today, so I'm just gonna tell y'all could do that research yourself. Okay, so I didn't check the aspect of the moon today, but you also need to know whatever energy is in the moon today is going to be intensified in emotions, because Monday is ruled by the moon. Okay, all right, so you need to know that. And not only is Monday ruled by the moon, Monday is numerology, okay, the numerology of meaning for the number 9. Let's try that. Okay, y'all need to not think Mercury about to go in retrograde. And my Gemini is my moon is Gemini, ruled by Mercury, so y'all gonna have to pay very little. Give me some patience here with the with my words as we're moving towards this retrograde energy. Okay, now with that being said, remember the number 9 is a representation of the physical aspect. Okay, where your ambition lies, right? The thinking aspect, being able to be responsible for what you think, and then add in the physical aspect, right, which is really your belief system. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that. All right, now number 9 also, just so you know, the higher vibration of the number 9. Okay, or I want to say, let's just say the positive polarity of the number 9. Okay, because as far as the universe is concerned, good or bad, it doesn't really matter. It's really what you focus on and where you direct your intention, right? So if you have on the positive polarity of the number 9, you're talking about energy where you are definitely stepping into a place where you're learning to say no and you're standing up for yourself. Right now, remember, number 9 is on that aspect where you're putting all three, where you're putting your the physical aspect, which means there is going to be some part of you that needs to take action, right? You're taking responsibility for your thinking, right? And you're also infusing that with your spiritual nature. So learning how to say no and set boundaries today is going to be key for some of you as you're moving throughout the frequency and the vibration of the number 9 today. Self-love is going to be important for some of you. Like I said, we've been dealing with the self-love and the self-reliance for a few months now. That's been popping up, maybe for a month and a half, close to 2 months in the vibration where self-love, self-reliance, self-confidence, all of the selves has been popping up, right? So you got self-love. That's going to be key for some of you today. You're going to have to learn to not only create healthy boundaries, but maybe even reinforce the boundaries, right? All right. So today is also a day that's going to be standing on personal freedom for some people. And let me just mention, remember, number 5, we vibrated number 5 here, honey. So keep that in mind, right? What did we say number 5 is all about, y'all? It's going to be representing what? Love, as well as you being able to tap into your freedom and self-expression. So why not do that, right? By creating healthy boundaries. Shit, the year just started. The year just started. Now, let me just say something to you. If you are doing your spiritual work, you do not need any New Year's resolution. You don't. Okay, what you need to do is get you your spirit's ritual. Okay, so if you practice spirituality, you take that word. Spiritual means spirit's ritual. What is your spirit's ritual? Okay, that's what you need to come up on in 2021. Okay, now, not to mention, we had that conversation. If you're doing any spiritual work, we already told y'all the name of the deities, okay, of old are no more. So you will have to tap in deeper and get the new names of the energy in which these deities are working with, okay? Different, I'm just saying, okay? As a matter of fact, I need to make a note. And we're gonna have to tap into that on Patreon, okay? Yeah, just so y'all know, I'm gonna drop that and leave that right there for you, okay? So you need to be mindful of that energy, okay? So self-love is gonna be key. Like I said, personal freedom is gonna be key, which falls right in line with where the year is vibrating at, okay? You also need to know, check this out. See, this is the thing right here, right? You got light work and shadow work popping up in this energy today, okay? When you're dealing with the number 9 energy, we're talking about dealing with a lot of light work, healing energy, right? Because we're talking about the completion of something. This is something being pressed out. This is something actually coming into fruition, right? This is the completion of something, or the last step before you see full manifestation of something, right? Because after the number 9, there is no more single digits, right? So be mindful, right? So with that being said, you need to be mindful, okay? You are not just to be working on the light aspect of yourself. You got to tap into the shadow work. Do that work, okay? Do that work, or else your shadow will show up, honey, and smack you in the ass, okay? So do that work, okay? And when I say your shadow, and when I talk about shadow work, for those of you that are new and do not know what that means your insecurity, your childhood trauma, maybe any rejection that you've been dealing with, anything that may require you to go in and do any inner work or any inner child work, okay? You won't have to do that. That's not a something you can say, okay, I can't. That's a prerequisite to this journey, okay? So please understand that, all right? So today's a great day. As you're vibrating within this number 9, to really tap into that light work or and that shadow work aspect of yourself, okay? Forgiveness is also going to be key for some of you today. I'm just saying, you're going to have to operate in that frequency and that vibration today. Not to mention, let's hop on over to like the negative polarity, okay? Now, keeping in mind, sometimes you do need a little balance of both, so you're going to have to learn how to work that out, right? Now, the negative polarity of the number 9, one of the things that you do need to be mindful of, that you can become a sycophant. That's the yes person, right? So you don't want to be in that energy today if you can help it, right? Stand in your ground and stand up for your boundaries today, okay? So you got sycophant energy in the atmosphere, just the yes man, the yes woman, the people pleaser, okay? So be mindful of that energy. You also have energy with lack of focus, right? And when you got lack of focus, that means you're not directing your intention to where you want it to go. So be mindful of that, right? Now, you also have energy in the atmosphere today where you're not trusting your intuition. And y'all know how we go, right? Your intuition is linked to your opportunities and your possibilities. That bullshit that they give you, that opportunities only come around once in a lifetime, that is bullshit. Your opportunities is linked, right, to your intuitive nature, okay? Your intuitive nature will guide you to your opportunities and the limitless possibilities that are available to you, okay? All right, so now that's what you need to know about Monday, okay? Monday, once again, is ruled by the moon, so watch your emotions today, all right? I also want to say this. Let me just say this, okay? Today, vibrating at the number 1 is the actual date, okay? So January 4th of 2021, or when you're doing 1/4 of 2021, is actually vibrating, my loves, okay? We are actually vibrating at the number 1 today. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that. Some of the energetic patterns that you can find on the positive polarity of the number 1 is being able to trust your intuition. Okay, and I talk about that all of the time. Intuitive energy is honey. Okay, so tap into that intuitive energy. Not to mention, okay, the number 1 energy can also tap into new beginnings. Okay, so you want to be mindful of that. Now, I want to say this to you: when you're dealing with the number 1 from a metaphysical aspect and understanding just the make makeup of the number one, you need to know it's the absolute number. It's the symbol of divine expression. Okay? It's the absolute number. It's the symbol of divine expression. Okay? It is really the key to your verbal and self-expression. Okay, so this energy rules your verbal and self-expression. Okay, it's not just the expression of ego, but it's also the expression of divine. Okay, and the key is being able to balance this energy through your communication skills, honey. Okay, so yeah. Okay, that's going to be important. And interestingly enough, we're not talking about learning how to communicate with another person. We are talking about learning how to communicate with yourself. That's going to be important. Okay, so pay attention to that as we're moving throughout this energy. Okay. You also need to know, my loves, okay, operated within that new beginning energy vibrating on the positive polarity of the number one today. You also have masculine energy, right? You also have masculine energy. Did y'all know that the positive charge is a masculine charge and the negative charge is a feminine charge? And we're talking about energy here. I'm not talking about negative, positive people. We're literally talking about energy, right? Now, the masculine charge is the spark of light, right? That positive charge is the spark of light, right? The negative charge, which is a woman, represents the wound. This represents consciousness. Okay, so you need to understand it. All right, so this is where the light or the spark, the masculine energy, right, hits the feminine energy, the egg, okay, and the egg houses that spark and that seed, and the seed grows. Okay, so you can find this analogy throughout nature, okay, throughout different allegories. Okay, seek and thou shalt find. I'm not going to sit here and point these allegories out to you. You're going to have to go look for them. Okay, get the allegory of the seed and you can see that everything begins with a positive and a negative charge. Okay, everything has to go back to that source of wound. Okay, and that negative charge doesn't mean that it's something negative. We've been taught that it's something negative. The universe don't do good or bad. The universe don't do that, right? The universe goes based on your intention, and the universe understands that you need both the positive and the negative to create something. Positive and negative got to come together to create electricity, right? So even when you put in a battery, you can't have the positive without the negative charge. It's just not working that way. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that as you are moving throughout this energy. Okay, masculine energy is in the atmosphere today, which is also like a representation of your logical side, right? So don't, be mindful to balance your logical side, aka your masculine side today, and your feminine energy. Okay, because that other opposite of that energy is could be you just not tapping in too much to your feminine aspect. Okay, now let me tell y'all something. Okay, we talked about vibrating on the number 5 this year, and 5 is a representation of love. Guess what, love is in the atmosphere today. Okay, so we got self-love happening in number 9, and you also got love popping off in the number 1 today, so you do need to pay attention to that. All right, and also something that you might want to tap into with the number 1 is you want to tap into your own uniqueness. Remember, you can't be anybody else. Just like you have an individual fingerprint, each and every one of us, we have an individual birth print, aka your natal chart. You have an individual life print, aka your own personal journey. This is why I keep explaining to you guys and trying to yell from the building, you are your own guru. You are your own guru. Okay, everybody can give you tips and they can give you steps, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for putting those into action. Okay, and only you can determine, okay, what you can or can't do. Nobody else. All right, with that being said, tap into your uniqueness today. Do not allow anyone else to tell you anything different. All right, I also want to say, okay, I want to say on the negative polarity of the number 1 today, one of the things that you may want to keep in mind is that aggression is in the atmosphere with that energy also, as well as arrogance, not to mention codependent energy. So you want to watch that. And for the control freaks, you might want to pull back a little bit and allow the universe to ebb and flow. Okay, so pull back in the control, being a control freak today if you're doing your work. Okay, now if you're not doing your work, you're just going to need to know you may be interacting with some people that could be be a little, yeah, controlling today, a little bit arrogant, okay, a little bit codependent, okay. So be mindful of that as we are moving throughout this energy. All right, so I'm gonna wrap that up. Okay, you have a pretty good blueprint of how the energy is moving throughout the day. Not to mention, y'all, okay, we're gonna tap into the 4 elements right now. All right, so we are in Capricorn season, so we're going to start off with the earth element. Okay, so if you are a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus, my loves, this message is going to apply to you. If you are not a Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo, you're going to apply this message to the earthly realm. This is the house, the car, the bills, the children, and the obligations that comes, you know, they're in the spouse energy, okay, the responsibility, the marriage, okay. This is where you're going to place this energy, all right. Now, keeping in mind, I'm pulling from the Ancestors deck today because this is the first time that I'm actually doing a daily vibration for 2021, right? So we're going to let the Ancestors pop it off today, all right? So my wonderful, wonderful earth element, your message today is heart guardian energy coming in from the Ancestors, as well as the moon energy and the sun's energy. Oh, my God. Listen, can I just tell y'all, do y'all understand what just happened here today? Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful balance of energy. All right. What a beautiful balance of energy. Let me just tell y'all, the word that keeps popping out is love. Love, 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 love. That's all I'm hearing right now. Love, 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 love. Okay. So the heart guardian is saying that you're going to have to understand that, honey, you are love. And not only are you all love, you're going to have to allow yourself to be loved. Okay. So that's the message coming in with the heart guardian energy. Okay. Just for those of you that are tuning in via video. Also, you got the moon card showing up from the ancestors saying it's time for you to take note of your intuitive message, honey. Your ancestors speaking to you. Your higher self is speaking to you. Okay, you have everything that you need internally speaking to you to get you through, or to give you the idea, or to give you the answers, or to give you the love. Whatever it is you need to know that you need to trust those intuitive messages today to move towards that in which you seek. Okay, not only that, as you take action and you are trusting your heart and you allowing yourself to be the light and to be love, right? Right? Gets this. You also have the sun energy popping up here, letting you know that you need to enjoy success and happiness. Don't let nobody snatch your joy today. People are spinning. We've been talking about this energy. I don't think I really gave my breakdown yet. So I'm going to have to do that, y'all. We in a new year. So all of my family, okay, y'all know how we do with this energy. So I will be doing that sometime this month, breaking down the energy for the year, okay, of what I energetically feel coming in, as well as giving you guys the dates that that spirit is bringing in, okay? Y'all know how we do, okay? All right. With that being said, be mindful today as you're moving throughout the energy, okay, to allow yourself to be loved. That's going to be important, okay? Enjoy your success and trust your intuition today. That's the message for the wonderful earth signs, all right? So now we're going to jump over to the wonderful water signs, all right, which is going to be Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. If you are not a water sign, okay, if you are not a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer, you are going to apply this message, my love, to your emotions, your feelings, okay? This is where this element is going to resonate if you are not a water sign, okay? And the reason why you want to apply this in the elemental aspect, if you are not a water sign, is because you are not just responsible for mastering your sun sign. You are responsible for mastering all 12 aspects of the zodiac wheel, okay? Now, with that being said, the message for the wonderful water signs today is the seer. You're going to have to see past your current situation. Ooh, I'm going to have to grab that, y'all, because I had to, I don't even want to lie. I want to be transparent. I had to curse Gargamel out yesterday. Okay. And I think I said that in the beginning, but I did have to, It wasn't, I want to say this, y'all. Okay. And I'm talking to my water signs here because I'm a Scorpio. Okay. I want to say this though. It was not one of malice and intention. It was one where I felt like I needed to state facts. It was not one where I felt like I needed to be vindictive. It was one where I felt like I needed to state facts. So what I want to say for everyone, even if you are not a water sign, right? The tone of the message here this year is really self-freedom, self-expression, and love, right? And anything that's not vibrating on that and you're doing your work, they're going to be a problem, okay? You need to understand also, all right? In a walk of spirituality, right? Sometimes when you are doing your own spiritual work, it's required for you to go into a place of warfare. And we're not just talking about spiritual warfare, right? And sometimes the warfare is not against another person. The warfare is against yourself because you can't get out your own way. Okay. So with that being said, okay, clear your emotions today, my wonderful water signs. And it's saying that you need to see beyond your current situation. Okay. You need to see beyond your current situation. You need to understand that you are the light. Okay. Summer is popping up and saying, bask in the joy and the light, honey. People wishing they could be you. People, okay. Why people so involved in your life and they got their own stuff going on is 2 times beyond anything I can't figure out. Okay, so you need to understand that. Okay, you also have the medicine guardian popping up, and it's saying be open to the healing information that's coming in. Sometimes when people are trying to attack you and they're trying to do you harm, what they meant for harm is always meant for your good, honey. Use your power. Okay, change your perception of the way that you're seeing things today, especially in situations where you feel like you're just giving way too much energy to someone or something that is not yielding you the experience that you want. Okay, now moving along, we're going to jump into the wonderful fire energy. If you are a fire sign, that is going to be Leo, Aries, and the wonderful Sagittarius. Okay, if you are not a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, my love, you are going to apply this energy to your area in your life where you need to take action. This is movement that may be required. This may also be passionate or lustful energy, just depending on where you are, once again, in your walk, okay? But this can also be passionate energy. So apply this energy where you need to, all right? So the message is really key here for my wonderful fire signs, okay? That explosive energy, you're going to have to kind of pull back a little bit, okay? It's time for you to release the old things so you can step into new, okay? Release the old things and step into your new. But why am I hearing Erica Badu, bag lady? Yeah, don't be that bag lady, y'all. Do not, okay? You also have the wise one coming in from the ancestors saying to grow within your current situation, right? Grow from within the current situation. Don't allow it to overtake you, okay? Allow this current situation, whatever you're going through, allow it to teach you to become the master of self and to become the master manifester to I literally want to say what's popping in my head right now, to move mountains. You want to know how you move mountains? You move mountains in your mind and you move mountains with your emotions, okay? Try to figure that one out when I'm talking about moving mountains, y'all. I'm speaking metaphorically here, okay? Now, you also have the direction guardian popping up and saying, you're going to have to choose your path. Okay, do you believe or don't you believe? Remember, okay, once you attach your belief system to anything, come on now, that's what's going to operate as your matrix system. So the question is, what do you believe in? Okay, especially what are you believing about yourself? Standing your own uniqueness today, okay, that's going to be the message from my wonderful fire signs. Okay, don't go burning shit up, fire signs, please don't. Okay, all right, last but not least, the wonderful air elements. Okay, so this is going to be Gemini, Libra, as well as the wonderful Aquarius energy. Okay, if you are not a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, my love, you are going to want to apply this message to your thinking. This is the head shit. This is the conversation you repeat in your head. Either the one with the girlfriend, the one from your mama, the one from the best friend that told you some shit. You know, that type of stuff. Okay, this is what you replay in your head. The kids, you know, the meeting with the kids at school, you know, your husband and the conversation that y'all had. Like, this is, you know, in your head stuff. Your self-worth, the self, you know, what do you tell yourself about yourself in your head? All of that stuff. This is where this element is going to apply. Okay, my love. So, and that being said, once again, if you are not a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, you're going to apply this to your thinking, your spiritual and your mental thinking, all right? So the message is coming through from the ancestors asking you to be the shapeshifter, okay? You're going to have to transform and unveil your gifts, okay? A lot of you are sitting on gifts. You're not trusting yourself, okay? You're experiencing different things, okay? Find your community in 2021. Do not isolate yourself, all right? You also need to be mindful that the arrow message is popping up and it's asking you to support. You're going to have to surround yourself with some protective energy, y'all. For some of y'all, this may be physical protection with your crystals, your bath, okay? For some of you, that's protecting yourself on a mental plane, okay? Remember, you got the shapeshifter, okay? Shapeshifter energy was telling you it's time to transform and unveil your gifts, and a lot of you spiritual gifts, okay? Surround yourself with this protective energy as you're moving throughout using these spiritual gifts, okay? Because people are spinning. We talked about this, y'all. We talked about this, y'all. Okay. All right, you also have the sage energy popping up. And with the energy of the sage, it is all about you being devoted and committed, right, to your spirit's ritual. What's your spirit's routine? What do you do to keep you out of anxiety, right? What are you doing to practice mindfulness? What are you doing to make sure that your life is being lived with a intention, with intention? What are you doing, right? What are you doing? How are you helping yourself? How are you healing yourself? How are you loving yourself, right? What are you doing, right? Come on now, y'all. It's 2021. Okay, we vibrating on what? Change. I just told y'all number 5 is all about what? The center of your soul, what you feeling. Remember, we talked about who controls you emotionally, controls what you do, what you think, what you buy, how you feel. Okay. That's not, I don't want nobody to control me like that. Don't want anyone to control me like that. Okay. All right, my love, it has been my pleasure. I don't know when is the last time my daily vibration ran this long. I do want to say, however, I wanted to make sure y'all was fully informed. Okay, because this is my first one coming back for the new year. Not to mention, we are going to be starting a new series on the podcast. Okay, y'all are going to see that popping off maybe in the middle of the month. Okay, we're starting a new series. Okay, remember, mental and emotional chess. Okay, mental and emotional chess. Okay, so we are talking about mental and emotional mastery. That is going to be the new series that is being started. Okay, I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, do something kind for yourself, love yourself, honor yourself. Not to mention, right, y'all need to remember that out of darkness comes enlightenment. So you're gonna have to go find the aspects of yourself that you've been hiding from, so you can gain. Okay, you can gain some light, gain some enlightenment, or shed some light. Shit, just depending on where you are with it. All right. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all in tomorrow's daily vibration, my loves. Bye.